Good day everyone. Without water we cannot stay alive, and throughout the ages people have always tried to establish where they live close to water sources. But with the advent of cities and with the advent of governments, people try to establish civilizations in places where there is not necessarily enough water for everyone to drink out of normal natural sources. Pumps have been invented, electricity has been invented, and water can be pumped over very long distances through pipes to these settlements or to these cities. And now people are dependent on reservoirs to supply them with water. And these reservoirs are now starting to run dry because of load shedding in 4 of the major metros in South Africa, 3 of the major metros in Gauteng, as well as the city of Cape Town. And this is because of load shedding. There's not enough time for the pumps to actually fill up the reservoirs based on the consumption from them. And the other problem is the fact that the infrastructure is just struggling. The pumps are battling, etc., because they are run harder when they are actually supplying. It's not just stopping up the reservoirs. They are actually having to run for extended periods of time to get water into those reservoirs. And in this article in News 24, it says Gauteng's 3 biggest metros now hit with water cuts as reservoirs run dry while heat waves roll on. So just like you get stage 1 to 6 or even to stage 8 load shedding, and Eskom claims that we haven't experienced stage 7 or 8 yet. Other people are of other opinions because we have had shortages of more than 6,000 megawatts in the past. Ekurhuleni, Tshwane, as well as Joburg are experiencing stage 1 and stage 2 water shedding. You need to think to yourself, what are you doing to make sure that you will always have water to drink? Because in the current system, we are dependent on a government to supply us with water. How weak does that make you? And then think of other things that you might also need for survival. But it says here this week Johannesburg Metro faced low water pressure and water cuts after rainwater throttled its water supply. All 3 metros have coalition governments, and all 3 are experiencing political infighting which threatens to override issues of service delivery. Water woes in Joburg has now spread to Ekurhuleni and Tshwane as reservoirs run dry. In the wake of the heat wave, which the South African Weather Service says will last until Friday, bulk water supplier Rainwater has implemented stage 2 water restrictions in the 3 biggest metros in the province. You can go and read the rest of the article if you really want to and understand what this means. The main message I want to bring across is that on my tour, over that year and a half, I told everyone that water infrastructure will start to fail and people will run out of normal water supply. People just open their taps and expect water to flow out of them. I've asked people to store water in a cool, dry place. You can even do it in 2-liter containers. You don't have to make it very complicated. And make sure that you can survive when the government cannot supply for you. And make sure that you don't rely on them for your items that you need to stay alive. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please share it with your friends and family